Celtic will now be fully focused for their game on Wednesday where we face Bayern Munich. Ahead of that match, of course, we will discuss the build-up, whilst going over what Kris Boyd had to say about Celtic yet again. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. After comfortably seeing off Raith Rovers, Celtic have discovered their Scottish Cup quarter-final opponents, with Hibernian set to visit Celtic Park in a tie scheduled for the weekend of 8th-9th March. With a place at Hampton Park up for grabs, both sides will be eager to book their spot in the semi-finals, which are set for the 19th or 20th of April, ahead of the Scottish Cup final on the 24th of May. Celtic have already knocked Hibernian out of the League Cup this season, securing a 3-1 victory at Celtic Park back in August. However, David Gray's men have since steadied themselves, making this a more competitive tie than their last meeting in knockout football. Hibernian will be desperate to pull off an upset, while Brendan Rodgers' side know they are just one win away from another trip to Hampton. With the Hoops still chasing a domestic treble, this quarter-final will be a massive test of their silverware ambitions. There's absolutely no doubt this game will be live on Premier Sports. Celtic have had 5:30 p.m. Saturday kicks-offs in a row in the Scottish Cup. Could this be 3? Now for the main story, as a raging Kris Boyd has brutally admitted that Rangers' season is effectively over, pointing to Celtic's dominance in Scottish football as undeniable proof of the gap between the two clubs. Boyd's explosive comments come after Rangers suffered a humiliating 1-0 defeat to Queen's Park, with Celtic loanee Adam Montgomery playing his part in the Scottish Cup fifth-round shock. The result has left Rangers out of the Scottish Cup, having already lost the League Cup final to Celtic, while trailing the Hoops by 13 points in the league. Celtic look set to secure the league, and with Rangers out of the Scottish Cup, their chances of yet another treble have significantly increased. Rodgers has never been beaten in the Scottish Cup, and he'll be looking for that record to continue as he secures his 4th and 5th trophies since his return to Celtic last summer. Speaking on Sky Sports, Boyd didn't hold back when assessing Rangers' failures this season, pointing out the gap between Celtic and his side. You look at the league table, it doesn't lie, 13 points behind, having already beaten Celtic, lost the League Cup final to Celtic, and are now knocked out of the Scottish Cup. We aren't even in the middle of February, and domestically it's over for Rangers already. The former Ibrox striker continued, "The reality is that Clement can speak about creating chances and having opportunities. The reality is that Celtic are 13 points ahead of Rangers. They already have the League Cup in the bag. Rangers lost in the final. Queen's Park knocked Rangers out of the Scottish Cup. That's factual. You can't deny that. It's not been good enough." To add insult to injury, Rangers have now won just 3 of the last 42 domestic trophies available, a stat that will no doubt be music to the ears of Celtic supporters, who have grown accustomed to seeing their club lift silverware while watching their rivals fall further behind. As the Celtic push towards yet another treble, Boyd's words serve as a public acknowledgement of what Hoops fans have known for years. Celtic's dominance is undeniable, and it's showing no signs of stopping. In other news, Celtic have successfully appealed Dyson Maida's 2-match suspension, with the original ban now reduced to 1 game, meaning the Japanese forward will be available for the crucial Champions League clash against Bayern Munich on Wednesday night. The news comes as a major boost for Brendan Rodgers, who would have been facing a selection headache had Maida been ruled out. The winger's energy, pressing and goal threat make him a key figure in Celtic's approach, especially against elite opposition like Bayern. While Maida still had to sit out the Aston Villa game against Raith Rovers, his availability for midweek ensures Celtic will have one of their most influential players takes to the field. The ban felt excessive to start with. He was sent off after the referee consulted VAR in the game against Young Boys. There wasn't much in it, and it certainly wasn't excessive force or violence. Common sense has prevailed. With the Hoops needing to be at their very best to take something from the first leg, Maida's return could prove vital to cause an upset against the Bundesliga giants. The game kicks off at 8 p.m. on Wednesday night at Celtic Park, and while the task is daunting, this news tonight is very welcome. In other news, Celtic have officially confirmed Kieran Tierney's pre-contract agreement in their interim financial report, an unusual way to announce the return of a club hero. Brendan Rodgers had already let the news slip weeks ago, albeit in a rather sheepish manner, but the club itself never followed up with an official statement or social media post. That silence has now been broken, not with a grand reveal, but through a line buried in the club's latest financial update. The report states that Tierney will rejoin Celtic in July 2025, ending any lingering doubt about the deal. While fans had largely accepted his return as a done deal following Rodgers' comments, the lack of a formal club announcement raised eyebrows. It's even stranger that the first official confirmation comes in a financial document rather than a dedicated statement. It read, "During the January 2025 transfer window, we acquired the permanent registration of Jota and the temporary registration of Jeffrey Schlupp. In addition, we extended the contract of Kasper Schmeichel and entered into a pre-contract agreement that will see Kieran Tierney return to Celtic in July 2025. Celtic in recent years, and it's hard to imagine the club not making more of it closer to the summer. Perhaps they're holding back for a grand unveiling when the season ends, but for now, it's all rather understated for a player of his stature." In other news, UEFA has confirmed the match officials for Celtic's Champions League knockout playoff round tie against Bayern Munich, with Spanish referee Jesus Gil Manzano appointed to oversee the crucial first leg at Celtic Park. The 41-year-old is no stranger to Celtic fans, having previously officiated during the club's memorable 3-0 away victory over Anderlecht in the 2017 Champions League group stage. Many will be hoping he can bring similar good fortune this time around. Referee, Jesus Gil Manzano. Assistant referees, Diego Barbero and Angel Nevado. Fourth official, José Luis Munuera. VAR, Carlos del Cerro Grande. Assistant VAR, Tiago Martins. Manzano is one of Spain's top referees with extensive experience officiating in La Liga and across European competitions. He has a firm but fair approach. He's handled high-profile matches involving some of Europe's biggest clubs. Celtic fans will have fond memories of his last involvement with the Hoops in Europe, when he took charge of that dominant 3-0 win over Anderlecht in 2017, a performance that remains one of the club's most impressive away victories in recent Champions League history. Lastly, Michel-Ange Balikwisha has confirmed he rejected a move to Celtic during the January transfer window, confirming the concrete interest from the Scottish champions. The 23-year-old, valued at around £5 million by Antwerp, was identified as a potential addition to the attacking third of the pitch. However, Balikwisha opted to stay put in Belgium. Speaking about his decision, Balikwisha explained that an injury played a significant role in his choice to remain with Antwerp for the remainder of the season. He said, "Celtic's interest was concrete, but I chose to stay. Leaving with an injury was not ideal for me. I would rather take good care of myself so I could be ready for the playoffs." We will see in the summer transfer window. He did miss much of the first half of the season, returning to training and matches as the January window was opening. It's probably a sensible decision from the player. Balikwisha is primarily a left winger, but his versatility makes him an attractive option for any club. He's played 15 games through the middle and 16 games on the right wing. Celtic's failure to land a replacement for Kyogo has left fans frustrated, with Adam Idah leading the line and Johnny Kenny providing backup. While Idah has shown promise, the lack of an additional proven goalscorer remains a concern, especially with crucial fixtures in the Champions League and domestic competitions looming. But Celtic did add to their wings. Jota made the sensational return to Glasgow and has picked up where he left off, scoring and assisting. Celtic fans, what are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let us know down in the comment section below. That does bring us to the end of today's video. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you,